We get a happy feeling here in our school, here in our school, here in our school. We get a happy feeling here in our school, here in our school today.
For young people who love to read, tales of action, adventure, or something silly are likely among the top choices. And then there's a story about a chicken raising a cat. The Chicken Cat is a book by children's author Stephanie McClellan, and she's touring Labrador as part of TD Canadian Children's Book Week. On Friday, students at AP Low Primary School got to hear her read that story and do a little workshopping with her, and our reporter Mike Power dropped by.
You're the lint at the bottom of my pocket, says Pumpkin, and the mud at the bottom of my sneakers, says Hoogie. I'm Stephanie McClellan, and I am a children's author who lives north of Toronto in Newmarket, and I am excited to be touring Labrador for TD Canadian Children's Book Week. I have always known that I wanted to be a writer. I have little stories and poems that I wrote from when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. In fact, when I was a child, I turned my bedroom into a library. I confiscated all the books in the house. I made little envelopes and due date things, and I put them in the back so anybody who wanted to read a book had to come through me. So books were always something very important to me. Wait a minute, says Mom. Look what Tweezle did. There's 4 books that I have published. The very first one, The Chicken Cat, was published in 2000, and as strange as the story sounds, because it is a story about a chicken raising a cat, and then the cat helping the chicken to fulfill her dream about flying. It's actually, oddly enough, based on some real incidents that happened in our story about a real cat that we had named Merlin. Now, obviously, I took those events and I bent them and I imagined around them. But many of the things in that story had roots in real life.
My name is Katie Pike. I'm 6. I'm in grade 1, and I'm in AP Low. I thought the books were really good. Some books were based on not really like a true story, but that she wrote them about her kids and her cat, and I thought they were really good. I like to read books. My name's Keegan Penny. I'm 6. We read books. One book was about 3 kids, and one was a cat and a chicken. I liked the funny parts. I read a lot of books. This was a fun day.
But a guy named Joe, I'll tell you about him.
Because I had this passion and knowledge of what I wanted to be from a young age, I suspect that there are many kids who similarly want to be writers, and I want them to make the connection that it's very easy for them to do that. Well, it's not easy. I mean, things don't happen easily, but I want them to understand that stories come from them and everyday things that they see, and that it's not a mysterious thing. It's just pulling from inside yourself. So I'm really hoping out of these workshops, besides sharing my stories and entertaining, I really hope that some of these kids walk away and say, I can do this and I want to do this.
How about the little boy ate like that? The little girl was busy as my dad.
I try to set it up because, for example, The Chicken Cat is such a crazy story. I bring it back to real life by showing them some photos that I found subsequently after I wrote the book of a real-life chicken cat, a real hen with kittens and a real cat, making the point to them that life is stranger than fiction somehow, so they can draw on that. So I'm trying to make connections with the real world with them. I also thought it was fun to do a little writing exercise with them, trying to give them a little tool for their writing box so they think about the words that they're putting on the page and finding better ways to do it. The little quiz I do with them at the end on frogs in winter, what I hope they take away from it is a way of looking at the world to say, wow, there's all these wonderful things happening and I can turn those things into stories.
That would make it a little more visual for your readers. Now in Hoogie, I did use some symbols.
I'm Rebecca Laura Falker Holloway. I'm 7 and I'm in grade 2. Well, we listened to an author and she told us about her life and everything. and how she wrote books wrote stuff when she was younger. She wrote a lot of good books, and one was about a chicken and cat. The chicken raced the cat, and the cat flew. My favorite part of the day was meeting her. My name is Matthew Piercy, and I'm 7 years old, and I'm in grade 2. Well, Arthur came here, and she read us some books. Well, there was one book about monsters, and one was about chicken and cats. The best part of my day was getting to meet her.
By a foxhole. So we can say Joe felt like a bunny by a foxhole. Labrador itself, I am very excited to see this part of the country. I certainly knew how beautiful it was, but I've never visited it before. And I was very excited when that's the place that I was given to visit. And I know, even just based on meeting the kids this morning, I'm going to draw inspiration from them. I'm going to draw inspiration from the beautiful country. So next time you write your story, maybe you could think about it simply as one of the tools that you use to try to make your writing.
That was author Stephanie McClellan giving a presentation at AP Low Primary School in Labrador City. We also heard from some of the students there. She's touring Labrador as part of TD Canadian Children's Book Week. And our thanks to the staff at AP Low, who are always accommodating when we ask to visit the school for things like this. And here's Stephanie's schedule for the rest of the week. She's at Our Lady Queen